Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So last episode we had the draft and the re-sign stage, and in the draft we actually picked up a very good steal with our 5th round pick. We could have grabbed this guy in the 7th round, but I decided to grab him in the 5th round just to make sure we grabbed him, which he is down here. Mr. Andrew Garrison, he's a 72 overall at 17, and he's low elite potential. This guy is going to be a very big piece for this team's future, I think, and I'm very excited to see how he develops over the course of the season down in Grand Rapids. Now, before we get started with free agency, I do have one comment I'd like to go over, and that is from HawksFan88. He says, I wouldn't really bother bringing in any players unless you have some holes to fill. And I asked him, do you think we should just run with Nguyen and Mui as our goalies? And he actually says we should probably pick up a new goaltender because an 81 and a 75 aren't really going to cut it. And he says one goalie that caught his eye was Curtis, who's an 84 overall and only 27. And yeah, that's basically our only comment. There probably will be some more that come up later after I'm done recording this, but I apologize. I, for some reason, like to record really early as possible. So this Curtis guy is the only player we're probably going to sign this offseason. We don't have really a lot of contract space, so I might have to wait. We're offering Dingman. We offered Dingman an extension because he's currently still an RFA, but we will have literally just in the actual amount of contracts that we could sign. So we're gonna sign Curtis to a 1-year deal if possible. This might be a little bit risky, but we're gonna try it. 1 year at, let's just give him like, $7 million. I don't know. We might not actually be able to afford him. Because if we're looking at, let's take a look at the contract situation. Where was it? RFA wise, Dingman, I think I offered him $7 million. We have 23 million in cap space. We might be fine enough to get him. Yeah, I think we'll be able to afford him. Hopefully we can, because I don't want to lose Dingman. So, yeah, let's grab this Curtis guy for a 1-year deal, and we'll give him like 7.5 for 1 year. Whatever it takes just to beat out the St. Louis Blues. So we'll give him 7.5 for 1 year. The only thing with signing Curtis, we actually might have to make a trade as well, because there was a low-elite potential player I think I was looking at. Yeah, it was this Wong guy that I wanted to sign. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to have to make some sort of trade just to get rid of a couple contracts from the AHL, which I don't really like doing, but we might have to do that. So we will trade away one of these older veterans. I want to keep Laddie here because Laddie's just been a loyal guy for the AHL. So we're just going to trade Andronov, see if anybody wants him, or we'll just give him away for a 7th round pick or something. If anybody's actually willing to do that, which I don't know if they will. Andronov for a 7th round pick, and that's rejected. What if can I retain salary on it? No, I can't retain salary on a 2-way contract. I might have to give up Laddie, which is kind of sad because Laddie's been here for so long in the AHL. What if I get rid of one of these top 9 prospects? You know what? I'll just give them Wismuller because Wismuller's not going to pan out. There you go. Might be weird trading away somebody that's like that for our potential prospects, but I think bringing in a low league guy instead is going to be fine, as that guy could be a future bottom 6 guy for us. And I would like to sign him, just in case. He's only 19 as well, which is pretty crazy. So we'll give him a contract. And then we just also got to wait on Mr. Dingman. So hopefully these guys sign. So let's advance a few days, see if we could get that goaltender in. And Michael Wong has accepted, which is good. He's not going to get to play in the AHL right away, which kind of sucks, but whatever. And Curtis has accepted. Awesome. And there's teams offering us trades for Nguyen, but I don't think I want to move Nguyen because Nguyen's going to be our backup this season. Let's begin the sim to next season, and Dingman has accepted as well, which is good. So our team is pretty much set and ready to go for next season. I'm pretty excited to see how this team is actually going to shape up, because I think guys like Mitchell Tucker, for example, are going to actually jump to the NHL this season. So that's going to be nice. And then I don't know if Ouellet's going to play in the NHL because he's got top 9 potential, but I don't know if he's going to play on the 4th line or if he's going to play at all. He might just be one of those depth guys for us. But we're going to advance to the start of next season. So yeah, I think I'm going to make a cut here actually, guys, and I'll show you guys the edited lines for the start of the 2031-32 season. Okay, guys, I actually mentioned in last episode to find a new head coach, and I completely forgot about picking up a new head coach, so we're going to have to still do that. Hopefully one of those coaches that I mentioned in last episode are still available, but I completely forgot about grabbing us a coach for some reason, which they assigned us this Buse guy. We're going to have to promote him to interim head coach if we can, which we can't. Yeah, we're just gonna have to what am I gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna fire this guy, fire head coach, because I just realized we let go of our other coach. I completely forgot about that. So this guy is going to be promoted to interim NHL head coach, and let's hire a new coach. Oh, I wish I would have remembered this. I think there was some guys that were really good for us. Wait, there was a 61% for Zach Parise. Oh, we got a 66, Mario Plus. Yeah, Mario Plus was one of the ones I was mentioning before, I think. So we're going to sign Mario Plus as our head coach, because why not? And yeah, we'll just give him that. See if he accepts. And then I'll have to adjust the lines afterwards. You currently do not have an NHL associate coach, so we'll have to promote this guy to NHL associate coach, and that's good. Okay, now I have to advance just a few days just to make sure I get that coach in, which hopefully I do. And he's accepted. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Okay, that is good. Our team looks pretty good, I think, as long as our special teams are decent, which they look kind of good. Yeah, that looks decent. Yeah, I'll just leave the special teams the way the coach had them. But, yeah, our team looks pretty good for the season. Not the greatest chemistry still. We could probably adjust some of this a little bit, but I think we should be a good team. New head coach and a new starting goaltender for 1 year. I don't know how Curtis played when he was with teams. Might as well find out. Okay, let's start up the season simulation. Once we get Grand Rapids settled, let's just make sure everybody's in their right spots. Dunham needs to be dressed. Damn, there's a lot of guys that need to be dressed down here. Wong is who we just signed, actually. Yeah, Wong is the lowly we just signed. We'll move him up in the lineup. We'll take out, who's old on this team? Klubertans is too old. We gotta get the young guys in the play. And I think that's all. Yeah, I think the rest of these guys pretty much don't need to play. Parker I would try and throw in instead of Andronov, though. Where is Parker? Parker is a left winger, I think. Yep, he's all the way down here. And Garrison has already jumped up to his 74, which is nuts. We're going to move him to the top line. Try and get him and Dunham going. So there we go. There's our lines for the season. Let's save this up. And let's start up our season simulation. I'm pretty excited to see this team this year because I think we will be a better team this year. It's just going to be about how the goaltending is in the playoffs again, probably. Like, we traded away Rohan Hausen last episode, so let's see how this new look team is with a new head coach, a new starting goaltender, and a couple new additions, including Tucker, into the lineup. And I'm also very excited to see how the AHL team performs, because the AHL team should be pretty good as well. We went 7-0 in the preseason, so hopefully this team is pretty good in the regular season. 15 points in 7 games for Coley Minen. Hopefully he plays like that during the regular season. Let me take a look actually at our contract situation. Who's up this offseason? Bouillon's going to need to get an extension. He's going to want a decent chunk of money. Ooh, that's a lot of money right now, but hopefully that comes down. Coley Minen's going to want not a whole lot of money, which is good. Stewart's going to need to come back. Tucker's contract. Yeah, there is a pretty big offseason ahead of us, so I'm hoping we could be a pretty good competitive team this season. Okay, so let's go 1 month at a time. We probably won't go too far in this, like maybe to January or February the 1st. I want to get a decent chunk done just so I could kind of see how this team is performing. So the first month we lose our first game in the season, but then we follow it up with a nice little winning streak that ends to Ottawa. We beat Anaheim, which is good, beating our former goaltender. And wow, Jose Stewart already goes down with an injury. He was injured in the playoffs last year, I think, and he goes down with a sore shoulder until November the 1st. He might be one of these guys that we eventually let go of, which kind of sucks because just to get like say Lacerte and Savonin more time, and also Stewart seems to be a little bit injury prone, which is kind of weird because he's a big defender. But maybe Stewart's one of these guys that doesn't stay with his team too long term. I don't know. But him and Wall have really good chemistry. Wall is one of these guys that have been kind of a little bit questionable in the playoffs. We are 8-4 so far in the season. That's good. 15 points in 12 games for us, and Bullion's already almost a goal a game, which is absolutely nuts. Which means we should probably be giving him his contract as soon as possible because he's going to want a lot of money in the offseason if he ends up playing this good the entire year. Let me go to expiring. What is Bullion offering now? 6.8. That's not bad. For 5 years, I could talk him down to 85% rule. I might just wait on it, which is a little bit risky, but hopefully Bullion doesn't have too insane of a season that he wants like $14 million in the offseason, because we know we're not going to be able to afford something like that unless we were to trade away somebody like Svechnikov. Okay, let's go another month. See if Bullion can keep up his hot streak and this team could continue winning games. We don't really want to win the President's Trophy because that wouldn't be good. And wow, okay, Isaiah Curtis, who we just signed in free agency, has injured his thumb and he's out till November the 10th. So that's not long term, but it really does suck. We are going to have to call up Mui from the AHL, which is okay because Lorentz is actually going to get some time to play. And Mui's actually not that bad of a goaltender for a 75 because when he played last year in the NHL briefly while Rohan House was battling with injuries, he was pretty solid. So we'll see how Mui does as that extra goaltender technically to an extent. And Curtis is already back after one game. Wow, that was such a waste of time. We're going to send Mui back down. And he did not get claimed, which is kind of weird. I don't know why AIs don't claim some goalies that are good for the AHL because literally, like, Mui is a very good AHL goaltender, so. And we suffer a couple losses in a row, which is kind of good because we do not want to win the President's Trophy this year, because if we do, then we are not going to win the Stanley Cup, probably. I would rather have, like, kind of like a 500 record and just barely squeak in and then win the Cup somehow. But our team is struggling a bit as of late. Laddie was instead of Reimer. There you go. But yeah, that top line of Powell, Garrison, and Dunham is actually pretty nice because Dunham is a sniper, Powell is a power forward, I think. A playmaker, never mind, and Garrison's a playmaker. Garrison's got 11 points in his first 15 AHL games, and he's only 18. Damn. And then Powell's got a decent amount of points as well. Dunham's got a decent amount of points. I am very excited to see our future with these young guys. And of course, Dunham goes down with an injury after I was just showing you guys his stats. Yeah, this team is struggling a little bit now. Oh no, that's not good. 11, 10, and 1. I don't know if this team is actually going to be good this season. We are kind of struggling a little bit more than I thought we would. We'll throw Dunham back into that top line. Come on, boys. There we go, there's some wins. Okay, so this team is kind of bouncing around 14, 11, and 1. Not bad. We are in third place in our division. The last playoff spot has 25 points. We're lucky that the Canadians aren't doing too well. And damn, Bullion's going ham this season just because his contract is up this year. 20 goals in 26 games. We might have to think about giving him an extension mid-season because or else he's going to want way too much money in this off-season. Like, he's going nuts right now. Let's go another month, I think. Maybe we'll go a little bit before the deadline. I don't know. I want to simulate a decent chunk, but I don't want to simulate too much. And then this team just doesn't make the playoffs or something. Savonin's been injured with an injured knee. That kind of sucks, but whatever. We win 7-2 against the Blackhawks. We win 7-3 over the Habs. Looks like we're a really good offensive team this year by comparison to past seasons, which is something that we haven't had in a very long time. Hopefully our defense is still one of the best, but we are scoring a lot of goals in this as of the last like 6 games. Keep winning games, boys. Keep winning games. Serge is back from his injury. Where was Serge playing even? Chartrand, I think. Who did I take out of the lineup? I don't even remember. I don't even know who it was. Oh, we have forwards playing defense, that's why. Oh well. Yeah, we definitely need some more defensive prospects into this team system, because that's where we're really weak. And we are 23-14-2 at January the 1st, so this team did pick it up a lot this month. We are still in that our third playoff spot in our division. We are, though, like 9 points above the Canadians, who are in a wild card spot, so we actually are in a pretty good situation for the most part. 32 goals now in 39 games for Bouillon. He's on pace for maybe like a 60-goal season, and if he gets 60 goals, he's going to end up having a shit ton of money that he's going to be wanting. So I think we have to give him an extension already at this point, which you guys might not agree with, but I think we got to get him as soon as possible, because if he doesn't, he's going to get a lot of statistical growth and he's going to want a lot of money. Yeah, he's getting a little bit more expensive. So, yeah, I think we got to give him a multiple-year deal, because I think I want to keep him around and get rid of Svechnikov at some point. So I'm going to see if I could talk down this guy down to 7.25 for 4 years, which I think is a good deal, because he's a pretty good goal scorer for his overall. I think we might go another month. Yeah, I think we might go another month, just because I'm really curious to see if Bouillon could keep this up. Okay, yeah, let's go one more month to February the 1st, and then we'll take a look at our player stats and all that. Hopefully this team is a good competitive playoff team too, because if we're playing good this regular season, we might still fall off in the first round of the playoffs, and Bouillon's already accepted his extension, which is good. I'm glad that he actually likes to play for this team. We're getting some losses this month, but we are getting some wins as well, which is good. But our offense seems to be a lot better than it has been in past seasons. And Xavier Jenner's been injured. We'll go replace player. That is our fourth liner. But we're now 28-18-3. Jenner's back right at the end of the month, which is good. We'll take out Ouellette. It does suck playing Guerin on the third line, but I think Guerin might be on his way out this offseason or something if we make trades. So we're 28-18-3. We are still third in our division, 9 points above the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are outside of the playoffs. 5 points above that last wild card spot as well, if we were to actually fall out of the playoff mix. And Bouillon's up to 37 goals in 49 games, so he did slow down a bit, but he is still playing really good this season, so maybe that's why this team is actually performing pretty well. Let's take a look at our player stats so far for the season. We'll take a look at the standings as well, just to kind of get a feel of how our team has been performing, and then I'll show you guys the trading block, and I'll also show you guys the draft class and stuff like that as well, just for some extra. So Coley Minen, 48 points in 49 games. He's definitely going to want a big contract. This guy was an undrafted signing. He's only played one season, but he's already almost point per game in his second season. Very good playmaker for us. I'm very excited to see how he continues to develop. He's already 24, though, which is the only thing. Matthews has got 45 points, so that's also pretty good for him. Obviously being one of our best players for the last few seasons. He's got 269 career points. And then Buckley, 21 points is not bad. He's probably not going to come back in the offseason, but you never know if he drops his asking price a lot. Perrin's got 10 points and he's a -3, but he probably is winning a lot of face-offs, which is what we brought him in for. He up 56% on the draw. Left wing wise, DeKaiser's got 39 points, which is not really that great. He hasn't really been that sniper that I thought he would be, because 14 goals is not a lot. But then again, Bouillon's been the goal-scoring piece, so he's been more kind of setting him up. And this guy's not been that bad still for us, I would say. Guerin, 33 points in 49 games. That's pretty solid. Looks like his production level is going back up, which is good. And he's a pure playmaker for the most part. Tucker's got only 18 points in his first season so far, but he is playing pretty solid on that third line. And looks like he is getting some power play time and short-handed time, which is good. So, yeah, hopefully this guy just continues to develop. Petrovic's got 17 points. Right wing-wise, Bouillon's just been carrying this team pretty much, because he already has more goals than he did last season, which is really good to see. Almost as much points, too. Svechnikov, 51 points, 20 goals, which is pretty solid. Dingman's got 21 goals. So these right wingers have been definitely helping us out. 40 points for Dingman. Jenner's got 9 points and a -3. No points for Ouellette in his one game. Wall's playing really good this year. This is what we need Wall to do. Hopefully he could do this in the playoffs as well. He's got 41 points in 49 games. This is his best season, probably point-wise. Yeah, this is going to be his best point season of his career, unless he gets injured. He's on pace to maybe win the Richard, or not the Richard, the Norris this season, if he continues that. Biggs has got 21 points. He's been a little bit bad, but it's still whatever. Lacerte 14. Larson's got 13 and a +15. I like that. Stewart's a +17 and has got 7. And Savonen's a +13. And goaltending wise, Curtis has not been great, I would say. And I would say Nguyen's been playing a lot better than he should be. But these two goaltenders are both kind of like sharing the spotlight just because Curtis was down with the injury for a little bit. Let's take a look at the AHL quickly just to see how our young guys are doing. Pau has been playing really good. He's probably going to be... He's already listed as a 4th liner now. Damn. If we need to, we could call up Pau in the playoffs. So that's a good little option there for us. Looks like a decent season from Dingman. Or Dunham. I can't speak right now. Garrison's got 29 points in his first season in the AHL. He is up to a 75 at 18 years old. This guy's going to be awesome when he jumps into the NHL. And pretty much everything else is that. Oh yeah, Hobbs is also a good prospect of ours, a top 6 forward that we signed in the offseason. And goaltending has been pretty solid. Mewey is actually insane though. He's got a... I don't know if I put him back in the lineup. I don't think I did. But he was actually playing insane when he was down there. Okay, let's take a look at the standings just to see if our team has actually been scoring a lot more goals than normal. Because if so, then this team might be set for the playoffs already. And we might not need to make much trades. Let's see, where are we offensively? Okay, never mind. We are not a good offensive team unless I missed us. Yeah, I did miss us. Where are we? I completely missed us. Oh, actually, we are a good offensive team. We are the 5th best offensive team, which is a very big step up from last season. Because our offense just did not get it done. Goals against wise, we are up there still as normal, which is good. We're 4th best. Power play percentage has also improved, it looks like, since the last few seasons, but it's still not great, 22.3%. And our penalty kill is still one of the best in the league. So we're continuing to play good defensively, but our offense is improving from past seasons. Let's take a look at what is out there on the trading block. I don't think we're going to be making much trades if we do make any trades this season, just because this team has been playing pretty good for the most part. But if you guys think anything is necessary, you can always let me know. Wow, there's a Jaguar guy in Anaheim. That's kind of cool. There you go. So some prospects that we don't really need. Yeah, I don't think this team really needs much of a trade deadline. Like, we could always trade for something to just like for depth purposes, but we don't really need to at the same time. If this team continues to play like this. Like, the goaltending has been been really good, but it's not been the greatest. Like, I've seen better goaltending than that, but I mean, we're still up there as one of the best defensive teams, so I should not be complaining. High fringe starter, random goaltender. I mean, if we want to get random other goaltenders, we could always do that, but we are at 50 contracts, I think, at 50, so we can't really sign any or trade for any players without giving up another player. Well, there's some good veterans out there, but they do have multiple years on their contracts, which I do not like doing for trades usually. But I think this team might not need to make any trades. I honestly don't. And you guys probably won't think we need to make any trades either, I think. But who knows? Maybe there's somebody that you see that is a little concerning on our team that we could ship out. Like, some of the guys on our team, we will probably have to trade at the trade deadline. Or not the trade deadline, at the draft. If we want to sign some of our off-season kind of guys. Like, for example, Coley Minon's going to probably want a decent amount of money because he's been really good this season. So, like, I mean, Svechnikov is kind of getting overpaid at this rate because he's not been our best player. And he's making over $10 million. There's some decent depth options if we want to bring in a depth piece and then send, like, Ouellette down. That's always an option, but I don't know if I really want to do that. Okay, and I think that's almost it. Let's also take a look at the draft class and the progress reports. So this is the top pick, not that we are going to be trying to tank this season, but just take a look at this for fun. Any interesting steals that we could get in this year's draft? Any low leaps? Anything good like Garrison was? No, probably not. Maybe this guy's decent. Who knows? Let's take a look at those progress reports as well, just to see how the prospects that are not in the AHL have been developing and stuff. And in our NHL wise, Bullion's getting a shit ton of this statistical growth, which is not a surprise. Coley Minon's getting some statistical and morale growth. Yeah, pretty much all the growth we're getting on our NHL team is statistical based, which is not a surprise. And in AHL wise, wow, are you kidding me? I didn't realize that. That Michael Wong guy that we just literally signed in free agency, who was a 69 low elite, undrafted, has jumped up to a 79 by the trade deadline. That is absolutely nuts. Well, we also have another depth option that we could call up. This guy's getting a lot of natural growth. Like, this is the most natural growth I've ever seen, I think, a player get in one season. Damn. I am so glad I signed that guy and traded away Wismuller. Like, this guy could literally jump into our fourth line if needed in the playoffs. Alexandrov's getting some good development as well, which is great to see. Yeah, well, this team is going to be competitive probably right till the end of this franchise mode series, I would assume, because we're getting a lot of good growth from our prospects. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we might make some trades if you guys think it's necessary. Just maybe if we want to call up some of our young guys and all that type of thing, or if we want to try and make this team even stronger than they are right now, which I don't know if there's really that possible. But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.